FDP, the fourth day of Atal FDP on electric vehicles. Today's guest, Dr. Dr. Ashok G. Matani. He is a professor retired from Mechanical Engineering Department, Government College of Engineering, Jalgaon, Maharashtra. And he is qualified in PhD Mechanical Engineering and MBA Marketing. He is having totally 33 years of experience, and he published many papers in national and international conferences, and his citations are 434 and H index 14 and I-10 index 19, and 11 times his paper was awarded best papers in seminar and conferences, and he completed supervised 3 PhDs that has been awarded, and now 1 PhD is under pipeline. And his work he delivered around just a minute. Yeah, he delivered more than 50 guest lectures and in NIT and IITs, and he published 30 books, book chapters, and 8 books in his credits, and he organized the FTTP, FDP, totally 13 under TechCube, AICTE, and IST approved programs. And he worked in the conferences, 55 conferences, act as a chair, a conference chair. Today he is going to deliver the topic of government policies and initiatives in promotion of electric vehicles. This is one of the key area which everybody should know. So it is fortunate to have such an eminent personality with us today. And on behalf of all the participants and my own behalf, so I welcome Dr. Ashok G. Matani. Welcome you, sir. Hand over the session to you. Please proceed, sir.
Yes. Thanks for kind introduction. Good evening to all of you. I'm audible, no? It is okay to everybody?
Yes, sir, you are.
Voice is
yeah,
okay?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
yes,
okay,
sir.
please proceed.
And screen is full visible.
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay, thank you. My topic for discussion today is government policies and initiatives in promotion of electrical vehicles. Now we are finding that these electrical vehicles, these are run by electric motors, powered by electric batteries. Now these EVs have electric motor instead of IC engine. This EV runs on electricity vehicle, emits no exhaust emissions from tailpipe, means silencer it is not there, and hence less, means almost negligible pollution. And nowadays government of India have made this compulsory to all these two-wheeler manufacturers. By next year all these they will be manufacturing electrical vehicles. No IC engines will be in phase manner. These IC engines will be stopped, and henceforth from next year these electrical vehicles, two-wheelers at least, by next year two-wheelers, and by 2025 all vehicles will be on electrical vehicles in India. Now emerging research shows that exposure to, actually this is the main motivating factor for introduction of this. 1 minute. Now we have seen that in metro cities, at least in New Delhi and Mumbai, the majority of the COVID cases and fatal COVID deaths were in Delhi and Mumbai. This was the main reason, and the reason behind this was the air pollution, because this COVID affected the lungs and asthma problems. And those who were, because there is always traffic congestion and traffic problems in these two metro cities, state capital and national capital, and these resulted in Delhi at the when Corona was at its peak in starting, and the cost of medicine and all hospital expenses gone to rupees 16 lakhs per patient. And imagine at that time, means no rescue was there, no medicine was known to anybody, and how we can means survive from that fatal COVID pandemic. And anyhow, we have been successful. And after that, government thought ki we should means come to that rescue. Hence, this air pollution is now coming under control. And because of this, now electrical vehicles are coming. Now new policy, hydrogen vehicles are also coming. Even hydrogen train is running in states governments now. Even hydrogen buses are on these pilot basis. They are running in Mumbai and other metro cities. And government is also thinking on that hydrogen vehicles also, because these are clean and no any emission is there. Is somewhat clear, but this is throughout world now. We are finding these electrical vehicles are now almost all developed countries. They are implementing these electric vehicles manufacturing, and they are encouraging and giving some incentives also. So we go one by one, how what country, what states in India they are giving attractive measures or some penalties those who are not following that. This will be coming in next slides. So now nearly 2/3 of this from ambient air pollution can be attributed to diesel vehicle exhaust emissions, because now in total there are 8 types of electrical vehicles, in which majority of these are plug-in electrical vehicles, and on and off road vehicles, space rover vehicles, seaborne vehicles, airborne electric vehicles, electrically powered spacecraft, then range extended electric vehicles, and railborne electric vehicles. Now this majority of these are plug-in electric vehicles. In any motor, this can be recharged from any external source of electricity, such as wall sockets, and electricity stored in rechargeable battery drives. So these are further divided into plug-in hybrid vehicles and battery electric vehicles. Now this plug-in, it is hybrid vehicle whose battery is recharged by plugging. And most these plug-in vehicles are passenger cars, even now military vehicles, utility trucks, trains, motorcycles, buses, and mopeds are also come under that. Now, the main problem in hurdle in this was the main drawbacks up to this initial technology, nascent technology, was the speed of the vehicle and charging time. Charging means capacity, and charging storage capacity. Now developments have gone on that, but I will not go that much depth in that. I will mainly concentrate on what are the various incentives are encouraging policies. Now these are some of these three aspects. I am just fundamental point of view, so that it can, these are linked with the incentives. Hence I am covering starting this. Of course, some of my eminent speakers have covered in these, but just I will just overlook that. This electric vehicle, this is environmental advantages, in which they have environmental benefits, then potential to reduce greenhouse gases, then dependence on petroleum, because every country we are dependent on this petrol and diesel and gasoline, and we are importing that from Gulf countries and America countries. Now reduce health effects from air pollution, the reduce dependence on petroleum, and produce little or no tailpipe emissions. Main drawback is that these electric vehicles, that better energy efficiency nowadays. These IC engines consumes more fuel when the vehicle is stationary, even on the traffic signals when engine is on condition. Beyond that, these are spewing this smoke, and it is causing some NOx and hydrogen carbon and other pollutants, and this is causing the means asthma problems even for traffic police personnel. Those who are on in metros almost 16 hours in 2 shift duties, they are on the road, and different studies have gone in which these police personnel have been affected hardest hit, because they are continuously 8 hours duty is on their road, and totally means no any means just for personal need they are relaxed, otherwise remaining 8 hours they are exposed to air pollution. This is the one of the challenge for traffic police in metro cities. Any of this is now coming to some extent a rescue of this. Then this, now these are the figures in which these cars are taking, means charging stations are there nowadays. It is there initially in India it was not there, but now these are in various states. Now these are charging means either just like we have entered in any mall and partaking 15-20 minutes purchasing, and in the meantime these are charge, or even during office hours or any visit, and 15-20 minutes, half an hour if we are busy, in some other activities. In the meantime, these cars and vehicles are charged in that. Now, main hurdle was charging stations, frequency or number of charging stations. Now, government has increased that. These are the figures in which this is Tata Power, in which this is the situation of one Maharashtra vehicle, Maharashtra state vehicle. In this, we are finding that MH number is there, and electric vehicle charging stations are there, in which here we are finding that charging facilities are there per cars. So these are the specifications are how this charging is done, in which this is just the structure of this electric vehicle. Now here this electric traction motor is there, power electronics controller, DC converter, then thermal system cooling is there, traction battery pack, charge port, transmission, onboard charger, and battery auxiliary is there. Same. One. Then mechanical advantages are there, in which we can, these are finally controlled and provide high torque from rest, and hence it removes the requirement of gearboxes and torque converters. Then less vibrations are there because less noise is there. Even a weight of this in this only battery weight is there, but anyhow this is somewhat lighter than these IC engines. These electric motors are mechanically very simple and offer achieve 90% energy conversion efficiency over the full range of speeds. Even in one stretch up to 500 kilometers these buses are running, plying on the roads nowadays, which travels, which were luxury travels we are finding in one stretch up to 5 kilometers. In one stretch they are means running on that. After 500 kilometers they can recharge that power battery. Now, to achieve electric mobility in India, electric vehicles would need to reach 30% for private cars, 70% for commercial cars, 40% for buses, and 80% for 2 and 3 wheelers by next 7 years, 8 years, by 2030. Now, India aims to switch 30% of private cars, 70% of commercial vehicles, and 80% of 2 wheelers by the year 2030. Now, in thrust towards incentivizing new technologies and fulfill the place taken at COP26 to reduce carbon emissions to net zero by next 2070. Means we are planning on that. Of course, that is long period. Means nearly 57, 58 years are still going almost. Means these young persons, they will be seeing that vehicles in that by 2070, but at least they will be seeing that new development here. Now, Union Cabinet, Government of India has approved this 26,000 crores production linked manufacturing of electric fuel cell vehicles and drones in India. Nowadays, drones are also nice. Actually, drones, they have played major role during Corona period, in which these drones they have used for delivery of these means emergency medical infrastructure and medical facilities, drugs and ancillaries. Because at that time, because of this COVID, means city traffic was means come to halt, and due to communication diseases, drones have come to rescue during this COVID in healthcare also. Now these are the successful cases of drones in India, and these have attracted, means they have implemented in India. These are the successful case studies. Now, as per government estimate, the scheme would attract 42,500 crores in fresh investment by next 5 years, and government has allocated more than 25,000 crores for automobile sector, and remaining 120 crores for drone sector, because drones are now coming for some emergency and some promising even for police personnel, health personnel, and surveillance. So drones are now promising their good role in India. Now, FAME. This is the faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles. Of course, previously this was FAME, now FAME 1, and now it is second version of this is coming, in which this is another move to promote electric vehicle usage in country. And government in this year, 4 months back, government has implemented this FAME 2, faster adoption and manufacturing of electric vehicles, second scheme, phase 2. Under this, government significantly reduced the price gap between petrol powered two-wheelers and electric ones by increasing the subsidy rate for electrical vehicles from 10,000 per kVH to 15,000 per kVH, and capping these incentives at 40% of cost of vehicle. Now, Government of India is procuring these energy efficiency services for demand of 3 lakh electric vehicles for multiple user segments. Now, we are finding that government is giving subsidies also to just to deposit old vehicle on any showroom, means two-wheeler or four-wheeler showrooms, and we can take that subsidy on deposit of old vehicle and purchase of new electric vehicles. The government is giving these incentives so that people should come come forward to purchase these electrical vehicles. Even Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi sir have declared this in August this year to vehicle scrap policy at Gujarat Investor Summit. Now, Honorable Shri Nitin Gadkari sir has also announced this last month, in which this vehicle scrap policy is implemented in India, in which by next at least here declared ki in metro cities all these diesel vehicles, they will be coming to scrap and they will not be running on that. Those who are having age of 15 years for diesel vehicles and 20 years for petrol vehicles in metros, still state metros and capitals. So this scrap policy is there. Even a National Green Tribunal is also playing a role in that. Even Niti Aayog is also suggesting some policy measures, and accordingly that Government of India has taken that initiative of scrap policy, in which we have to deposit that vehicles at any showroom and they will be giving some incentives. Even some attractive measures are there, and this will be coming, incentives will be coming in next slides. This scrap policy is set to be implemented in 2024. Next year, just we are at the, after 15 days, we will be entering new year, and after that 1 year means nearly 1 year after this policy for private vehicles is also there. This policy is to offer much needed boost for India auto sector, bringing investment of around 10,000 crores by improving these new vehicle sales. Now, changes in electrical vehicles, state policies. Different states have taken lead in that to this increase adoption of battery electric vehicles. Government, nearly 20 states, they have taken positive and they have implemented. Some of the states, they are working on draft or final stage, and by next after 15-20 days, you might be listening or seeing these news items. This state government has implemented now. These draft are in final stages because of some corrections in that and a negotiation with automobile manufacturers, because all of a sudden we cannot shift to electrical vehicles considering that infrastructure and the incoming or inputs for that. Hence, step by step, these states are following that policies. Now, over 1.5 lakh vehicles were registered in this period, including 7869 vehicles and 6857 CNG vehicles. And these 7257 vehicles driven on both CNG and petrol, and 93,000 vehicles driven petrol or diesel. This registration of vehicles started in Delhi with government initiatives in 2 years back. The share of electrical vehicles in total vehicles registration has increased to electric rickshaws, and because in Delhi, majority of these taxis are rickshaws. In Mumbai, we are having taxis, four-wheelers, but in Delhi, we are finding that rickshaws are there, auto rickshaws are there, and majority of these are electric rickshaws. Now, so from this year, this July to September, this quarter, over 22 electric buses were registered. This is the case of Delhi, in which this tender was floated for 450 CNG buses by departments, and this department is in process of issuing permits of 4 to 6 on e-rickshaws with 33% reservation for women applicants. Even we are finding in I have seen that ladies or women auto rickshaw drivers are now there. They are coming. Even today morning, I have seen one conductor, ST conductor, and she was the lady. Up till now, I have not seen any female or a woman in this automobile sector, either driver or in conductor role. But now we have seen ladies in electric means vehicles, in railway loco pilots, drivers, even in pilots, air flights. We have seen some ladies coming in that, because this is because of the Government of India's policies to encourage women and ladies so that they should come, because of course some duties are somewhat difficult as compared to ladies but now they are coming forward because the ladies are now accepting these challenges and they are accepting these roles. Yeah, because in that shift duties are there, 8 hours they have to work. So this is somewhat physical point of view, it is somewhat fatigue point is there, but anyhow they are accepting this challenge, and we should appreciate this woman means employees, those who are coming forward and they are accepting these challenges. Now these are the electric vehicle state policies. In this is the policy guidelines are, this is the flow chart in which expand the EV model availability, in which we are finding this stimulate investment in EV production, then support R&D and their demonstration activities, then financial incentives, non-financial incentives. Non-financial means we can give them or some, even in Maharashtra, we are not having any permission from RTO for driving license, no any permission if we are having electric vehicles. So no need to have license. So this is also even a road tax, it is exempted for electrical vehicles. Even registration charges, they are also relaxed. So these are the some of these incentives are some non-financial actually this also. So that encourage, we should encourage them. Even now Government of India is planning ki all government vehicles will be now running on electric vehicles. The Government of India is have made that circular. New vehicles which will be purchased now, these will be electrical vehicles, and those which are working, they will be in phased manner, they will be replaced by electrical vehicles. Even yesterday I have been at Mumbai and I've seen that base buses, they are majority of these AC buses now they are working 100% pollution free. That is electric buses, in which this accelerate EV deployment across different fleets and develop charging infrastructure, because this is the more challenge for any country, charging network infrastructure, because this is the, and of course this is coming as manners, then raise public awareness, because this is also required, because people are competitively, people are in, since it is at nascent stage and people are thinking how this will be, what will be the means maintenance problems. Anyhow, they are convinced and now they are purchasing these vehicles. Now, electric vehicle policy framework, that's FAME 1 and 2. This under a production link scheme and scrappage policy, this encourages the use of EVs and incentives. About 50% of Indian states have implemented this. And concessions to user including financial subsidy and purchase exemption from road tax, registration charges, and low interest rates on loans. Even these those who are electric vehicle manufacturer, they are providing loans on easy installments, easy terms, less interest on that. Initiatives for bulk purchasing of EVs for public sector. Some offices, if they are purchasing in bulk quantities for all employees or for students or for other private offices, so because they are working in thousands of numbers and they are taking that initiatives, and in that bulk discounts are also given to them. Then infrastructure development for between vehicle charging infra and scrapping centers. Now this is coming because this is also one of the challenge for any country and particularly for India, how to utilize or how to waste or scrap these old vehicles. This is also new emerging topic for research. Those who are young researchers attending this, or those who are doing PhD, or those who are PhD guides, and they can take this new challenge, how these vehicles will be scrapped and how we can come to rescue to this, because we cannot throw these on the roads. Some modifications are required. If not, then how we can utilize these parts so that we cannot throw this on this soil or lands, because this will be causing new problems for us, scrapping of these old vehicles. Then this EV promotion policies at various levels in India are there, because here according to 2020 World Air Quality Report, 22 Indian states among are the 30 most polluted city in the world. Imagine how it is, we are means disturbed, or how we are affected by these poor air quality, because now air quality index in Delhi during this period it goes beyond 550, whereas it should be nearly 150 to 200. In Mumbai also it is going above 450 AQI index. And on this National Green Tribunal, they are, yes, it is popular, and I have seen that in Delhi and news channels also, in which in different locations, at least 8 to 10 locations, they are displaying that figure, AQI index. So this is the alarming signal. Actually, it is alarming plus awareing signal ki how we are exposed and what we can take precautions in that, because either even signals now timers are fitted there in which we can take decision ki if more than 1 minute means halt is there at some signals, then we can switch off the vehicles, old vehicles which are on IC engines. So this is also one of the challenge for these polluted cities, metros. And this is the 2.5 micron particulate matter which causes lungs and respiratory problems, asthma problems. Now, average rate of new vehicle registration in India is 17% at present. It is, and government is this e-mobility initiatives for pollution-free commercial and private transportation has prompted many established vehicles and new entrants to begin manufacturing the e-vehicles in last mile connectivity. Now, with the roughly 69,000 EVs comprising only 0.085 of the 80 million registered vehicles. Now, manufacturing incentives for industry and demand side incentives for users, including FAME 1 and 2 and EV. These production linked incentives in scrap policy under this Make in India initiative, enhancement of e-charging infrastructure and reduction of GST on vehicles. So these are the government in incentives and initiatives which Government of India and different state governments they are implementing. And this is up to this is the last year's figure in which 38 original equipment manufacturers have registered 114 models with Department of Heavy Industry, because this is handling these activities, Department of Heavy Industries, and they are declaring these incentives and policies along with the Ministry of Surface Transport. Now, the 20 companies, I will go in different companies also throughout the world and in India also, which are these electric vehicle companies in India and world level. Now, major policy initiatives by Indian government which have sparked new interest in EV, that is FAME 1 and 2 under NEM, means that is National Electric Mobility Mission Plan. This was 2020 and published as a follow-up to Automobile Mission Plan MP 2006 to 2016. Means last 10 years or 1 decade they have implemented this, and under this plan the first phase of FAME was implemented in 2015, and now this extended FAME 2 from April 1st 2019 for 3 years. Now FAME is primarily demand side incentive scheme, 60% of total funds with focus on technology development, infrastructure creation, boosting demand through subsidies and pilot projects, because this is main technology developments there. Now, of course, technology now is ripening now. Now, technology is available nowadays. Even market leaders, even though China and other countries, China is having 35% market share of these electric vehicles. So China has taken more initiative lead in that technology. Then infrastructure creation, we are now finding that charging stations are there, because this was the main drawback of charging stations. Now Government of India is coming to that. Now electric and hybrid technologies, including mild hybrid, strong hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and battery electric vehicles are covered under this. Now FAME has initial budget of 8950 million rupees and provided 1/3 discount on difference between the price of EV and comparable petrol price. Means this 30 nearly 30%, 1/3 means nearly 33% incentives are there. Now, this subsidy range from 1800 per scooter to 6,60,000 per bus with maximum limit of 100 buses per city. Included 150 million per charging infrastructure per city. They are also offering this. Now, GST and purchase of this vehicle was also lowered from 28% to 12, means 16% discount is given on these vehicles. And FAME 2 has budget of 1 lakh million with approximate 86% going towards demand incentives and 10% the development of charging infrastructure. This phase aims to provide subsidies for 7,000 electric buses, 55,000 four-wheelers, passenger vehicles, and LCV, and 5 lakh three-wheelers and 10 lakh two-wheeler vehicles. Now, this policy also supports 2,700 charging stations in largest cities. Other cities with more than 1 million population, 10 lakhs and above, even all smart cities and cities in hill areas across the country, with objective of having the least charging station in every 3 by 3 kilometer grids. Even now, Samruddhi Highway, which is announced and opened by Honorable Prime Minister Sir on 11th August from Nagpur to Shirdi. This is 570 kilometers out of 701 kilometer Nagpur to Mumbai. Samruddhi Express Highway 4-way lane is there, in which now electric charging stations are also there. So this is the new attractive measures of this Samruddhi Highway. And now Honorable Shri Nitin Gadkari sir has announced, I have seen that on 3 days back on news channel, in which he has declared 4 new projects are coming in India, okay, just like Samruddhi Express Highway. So these are on the cards and government is working on that. This has a curtail nearly 1/3 speed and distance, because now these vehicles are running nearly 140 kilometers per hour on these roads, Samruddhi Express Highway. Means up till now, Nagpur to Shirdi, it was taking 12 hours. Now it is going into 4 hours 45 minutes, nearly 4:30 to 4:05 minutes. Means nearly 1/3 time is taking. Means 2/3 time is saved in that. If time is saved, then mileage is saved. Then this electric fuel cost is also saved. Comfort is also possible there. So all these attractive and parallel benefits are there. So even now this for EV policies that support the national electric mobile policy include Andhra, Karnataka, Kerala, MP, Maharashtra, New Delhi, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Uttarakhand, UP. These they have endorsed their EV policies and now they are successfully implementing. Now this Bihar, Gujarat, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab, they are working on these drafts and these are in final stages. Probably you will be listening. This they have implemented this and now they are giving these benefits to users. Now, new initiatives for critical battery technology were launched, and this progress advanced in the actually during this COVID-19, and this because of even lockdowns and downturn. Beyond that, the sales of electrical vehicles have gone up. This is the new achievement and appreciating thing for e-vehicles in India. Because totally for 2 years economy were at a standstill and a majority of the business was affected, but at mobile and electrical vehicles they have seen positive sign here. Now the challenge remains reaching the trajectory consisting with IS into this sustainable development scenario. This will putting these 230 million vehicles on the world roads by next 7 years. They are planning in that. This policy include targeting the number of vehicles. Means Kerala aims to have the 1 million electric vehicles on the road means by this year end, and 6,000 e-buses by next 3 years. So Kerala is taking lead, even though Kerala geographical and population is comparatively less as compared to other big states. But beyond that, they are taking initiatives in that. Even road tax and registration charges exemptions, Andhra Pradesh will provide full reimbursement of road tax and registration fees on EV by 2024. Means if we are purchasing that vehicles, road tax is totally exempted, registration charges are also exempted. So Andhra is taking lead in that. Then free charging or waiver of electricity duty charges in Gujarat. Of course, some modifications are still going on in which draft policy they are encouraging, but they are also implementing on this. Then promoting charging of EV using solar and other forms of renewable energy in MP. Then enabling fuel stations to set up EV charging facilities in Maharashtra and promoting EV charging facilities in office and housing complexes. Because wherever we are having D-marts or these big shops or restaurants or hotels, in that these EV charging facilities are now there. Just like a corporation, they are giving permission for nowadays, it is compulsory. Any municipal corporation, they will give permission to new building with 2 conditions. We have to maintain that rainwater harvesting and solar panels or renewable energy utilization. So now next new concept is coming in which we have to put that charging facilities, EV charging facilities in these new buildings and new commercial buildings, which will be now built henceforth. So this is made by these corporations so that to encourage this public and to provide these services, because once we have purchased these vehicles, then we require this charging. Just like we are having now fuel stations, CNG stations are there, hydrogen stations are there, petrol, diesel, we are using that. Now, same will be charging even in some cities I have seen in which electric charging, just like petrol pumps, charging stations are there, electric vehicle chargings are there. Means we can take that facilities. Then additional incentives again, scrap certificate of old vehicles is implemented in Delhi. Then single window clearance for setting up EV manufacturing facilities and development of battery disposal in UP. Now UP has taken that much lead in that because they are working on that, and day by day they are discouraging or eliminating this Babu Raj or Inspector Raj in government systems, because up till now, because of some of course, not all government employees are of that nature, but 5 to 10%, those who are working on this Inspector Raj and Babu Raj philosophy, now they are coming under the clutches of government, various governments, and now they have been taught. Even Honorable Deputy CM Shri Matani sir has also warned the state government employees of Maharashtra that those who are coming are creating hurdles, then they will be terminated from their jobs. The government is also working on that, because their government is working on this, providing services to citizens. So hence nowadays we are finding this changing policies are a mindset of the government employees nowadays. So this is also new developments in that. Of course, they are coming all with government norms and rules, no problem in that. Now, these foreign companies are invited to set up factories in India, and local companies are encouraged to set up or expand existing factories. This PLI scheme was enacted on 2020, 2 years back, and now provide financial incentives for boosting domestic manufacturing of cell phones and listed electronic components. Now, 4 to 6% intensive incentives were provided to eligible companies on incremental sales. Now, these are different companies in which Foxconn, Wistron, Dixon Technologies have started contract manufacturing under PLI scheme. In last 2 years, India has become the second largest manufacturer of mobile phones after China. Of course, this is because of these charging facilities also. In addition to this, the Indian government has reduced this income tax rate for new manufacturing business to 17% as compared to 25%. I mean 8% reduction, they have give incentives in terms of income tax for other companies. Now, this PLI scheme was extended to 10 additional sectors, including this automobile and component sector. The total budget for these programs is 19,60,000 million rupees is their total budget. On average, 5% of the production value is provided as incentive. Means 5% lump sum, that is amount according to your vehicle or whatever item is cost is there, 5% incentive is there. Since PLI scheme supports $550 billion of manufacturing over next 5 years, after which these 570,000 million is allocated for automobiles and auto components, and 1,81,000 for battery manufacturing. Means we are seeing here marginal budget is sanctioned for that. This Department of Heavy Industry is now finalizing these PLI related guidelines for automobile industries now, because one of the scrap policy which I have told you last week, I also read that seen on news channels, in which Honorable Shri Nitin Gadkari sir has declared that the scrap policy government of India has implemented this. Now, in this major push for electrical vehicles and PLI scheme is this advanced chemistry cell battery manufacturing. This was approved in 2020 November. Since battery cost compromise nearly 50% of the cost of the total vehicle, because cost and weight, this is the main, means battery cost and battery weight is the main criteria here. Otherwise, vehicle can have more while it made lighter vehicle. Even now, this composites are made, nanotechnology is coming, in which weight of the old, we have seen that key weight of the vehicles is comparatively reducing, because if weight of the vehicle is less, then we can have good mileage. That is also one of the technology developed in India also. Then manufacturers that achieve 60% of value added within 5 years will be eligible for this subsidy. So this is manufacturing point of view. Now, this technology evolves over next 10 years is eligible for the subsidy. Now, companies planning or initiating lithium-ion batteries in Gujarat include Tata Chemicals Consortium, Suzuki Motors Corporation, Toshiba Corporation, Denso Corporation, Exide, and Amar Raja. So these are the leading battery manufacturers. And this Manigram Power Limited plans to set up a lithium extraction refinery in Sanand or Dholera in Gujarat. Sanand is famous for this Tata Nano car because initially 4-5 years back it was sanctioned in Singur in West Bengal, but because of this less attractive policies and different government problems of government of West Bengal, the Tata Nano car shifted their plant to Sanand. This is the place where we are finding that now this Tata Nano car is manufacturing their vehicles in Sanand in Gujarat. Then vehicle scrap policy. This vehicle policy announced in Union Budget, of course, in last year it was declared, but now these new developments are coming in that. Some modifications are coming on that. It aims to reduce India's oil imports through greater deployment of new fuel efficient vehicles, reduce environmental and noise pollution, then improve road and vehicle safety by removing old, unsafe and unreliable vehicles. Then to boost the availability of low-cost recycled inputs like plastics, steel, aluminum, steel, rubber and electronics for OEMs. Through the implementation of this policy, auto sector has the potential to increase its revenue to this 1 lakh crores million from the current, at present it is 45 lakhs. This will be nearly 2.2 times rise. Now, provisions are broadly occurring into 3 groups, that is registration and fitness test, in which criteria for vehicle fitness will primarily. Yes, voice is what?
Yes, sir, voice is audible. Yes, his voice
Okay.
is audible. Sometimes only slight disturbances are occur when you are changing your position on the
Achha, when I'm changing, it is somewhat less. It is coming later. It is coming.
Okay,
Now
no
this
problem, sir.
screen
Continue,
is
sir.
okay.
Okay,
Now
sir.
screen
Okay,
is
sir.
okay, sir?
Yeah. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. Oh, yes. Now this registration and fitness tests are there, in which this criteria for medical fitness will be emission test, braking, safety equipment, and rules for fitness test and scraping centers are applicable from October 2021 last year. Scrapping of government and PUC vehicles older than 15 years to start from, means from this April, this has started, and Government of India is now working strongly on this scrap policy, old vehicles, because these old government vehicles and all heavy vehicles having age more than 15 years, they will be scrapped from these metro cities. And then mandatory fitness testing for heavy vehicles to start from next April. Means after 5 months, this 4.5 months after this will be compulsory for medical fit, just like we are having medical fitness for any government job or any benefit of any government schemes. Here same fitness certificate for vehicles is also there, in which we have to take, just like PUC, we are having one pollution under control certificate is there. Now Government of India have made one compulsory. If our vehicle is not having PUC, pollution under control, and now not covered under insurance, then if in case of any accident, fatal accident, no claims will be disbursed. Government has made one compulsory PUC certificate for all vehicles, including two-wheelers. So this is new vehicle, so that it will be coming under control. Pollutions will be coming under control in all cities. Then increased re-registration fees for private vehicles older than 15 years and de-registration after 20 years. If found unfit, or registration will not be renewed, because government is working on that. Actually, a very meager amount of old vehicles are fitting in the standards of this pollution test, because after 15 years their performance criteria is varied, changing. It can sustain that as per the pollution norms. Hence, government is strictly working on that, and hence is discouraging this. After that, they will not be giving. Actually, in Maharashtra also, we are in probably in India also. We are paying this road tax for 15 years. Two-wheelers are, because I have two-wheelers and I am in this knowledge. So after that, we will not pay any tax to government, even though our vehicle, two-wheeler, particularly those who are conscious and means just like we faculty or teachers are educated people, we can run the vehicle up to 20 years. Condition maintaining or regular servicing of the vehicles. we have paid these taxes for 15 years. After 15 years, no need to pay any taxes to RTO. So hence, this government is coming on that. If it is heavy vehicle or four-wheeler, then we have to take that fitness certificate from these centers are there. So in that government is deregistration is there, because I have seen that 15 years after four-wheeler cannot give that performance. Very meager 0.01% vehicles are giving. So in that, because corrosion problems are there, then voice problems are there, noise problems are there. And in the 15 years, the majority of the parts are corroded or not functioning, and wear and tear is there, and it is actually fatal for us also. Running this vehicle after 15 years, at least four-wheelers. Two-wheeler is, it is within city, we are running that is speed only 30-40 kilometers per hour. It is not that much fatal, but four-wheelers, which we are riding on these state highways or express highways, and if condition is not that much satisfactory, and this can result in accidents, cause of accidents also. Hence the government is working on that. Those vehicles which fail the fitness test are failing to get the renewal of registration fitness certificate is declared as end of the life vehicle. Means this certificate is, or this term is there, end of the life vehicle. Means those who are not fulfilling that certificate criteria, this will be certified as end of the life vehicle. Means just like in copying cases or in any other cases, we are finding debarred student is there, and we are giving that if he is doing any international activities or some problems are there, then we are giving in moral character, we are writing he doesn't bear moral character in TC. Just like, since I'm comparing this with our academic culture, we are writing, if a student is creating some problems for accommodation and institutes, or he is so much nuisance value, then we are giving that in his moral conduct, we are writing not good or bad. This means if it is, or if he is involved in ragging cases, then in that red color remarks are there. Involved in ragging, he is not able to get admission in any college and not able to take any job in any place. It is so fatal clause, so very strict clauses are there for this ragging. The same, just like ragging criteria, it is here vehicle for this. It is, if it is not fulfilling that test, fitness test, or failing to get renewal, then its registration is declared as end of the life vehicle. Then financial incentives are there. Scrap value of old vehicle is given by scrapping centers up to 4 to 6% of the ex-showroom price of new vehicle. Then OEMs, this giving 5% discount on purchase of new vehicle against the scrapping certificate. Of course, when we will be depositing that old vehicle, so they will be giving one certificate. We have deposited that our old vehicle, and on that basis, we will get that 5% discount. Then state governments to offer road tax rebate up to 25% for personal vehicles, means just like we are having four-wheelers, and for this taxi or a yellow color vehicle, that is taxi purpose, up to 15%. Just like in Mumbai or auto rickshaws. So these taxis in Mumbai, they are yellow color, means this is public transport. So, but this for public transport, it is 15% discount, and for private, for personal vehicle, it is 25% discount. And no registration fee for new vehicles if scrapping certificate for old vehicle is available. So we have to deposit that to vehicle centers or showrooms, in which they will be issuing one certificate they have submitted, and by showing that certificate, we are giving that incentives of no registration fees for new vehicles. Then scrapping centers, government is also encouraging this public and private partnership in opening registered vehicle scrapping facilities, because this is one of the challenge. In the last minutes, I have told you, okay, this is the new aspect of research area or patenting in India also. If you are working on this scrapping and come to rescue to government, how this can be feasible, and new technologies or new mechanisms or strategies are adopted under this vehicle scrapping. So definitely your PhD topic, your innovation, your patent will be immediately accepted, because I know when new thing is coming, less competition is there, and it gets immediate acceptance. So those who are working, or those who will be working under this PhD topic, or those who are guides, so you can encourage the students, scholars on this, those who are from mechanical or other parallel branches, automobile branches or other similar branches, they can encourage and take this as the new topic for PhD. Then encourage setting up of automated business centers on PPP model by state government, private sector, automobile companies, etc. This policy will major demand the implementation focus on discounts for eligible users, infrastructure development for fitness testing of old vehicles, and well-connected scrapping centers. And Tata Motors have already planned the establishment of 4 scrapping centers in Howrah, West Bengal, Karnal, in Haryana, Hyderabad, and Greater Mumbai. They are working on that. Tata Motors 4 scrapping centers, they have maintained that, and they are working on that. The above policies combined with improved infrastructure and shift in market acceptance of EV will enable India to make the dramatic leap in EV adoption and environmental sustainability. Now, this is Government of India's vehicle scrappage policy. Now, this private vehicles will be deregistered after 20 years if found unfit or in case of failure of new registration of life certificates, vehicle certificates. Then enhanced re-registration will be applicable on private vehicles from 15 years of original registration. The fleet moderation program of government aims to achieve multiple goals like reduction in air pollution, fulfillment of India's climate commitments, because in COP26 we have promised we will be curtailing that CO2 emissions and carbon footprint. The government is working on that. Then improving road and vehicle safety, then better fuel efficiency, boosting availability of low-cost raw materials for auto, steel, and electronics industry. Now, according to the statistics, there are nearly 50 light motor vehicles, LMVs or LCVs of older, means 20 years old, or 20 years age vehicles. And nearly 34 vehicles are LMVs older than, of course, 34 lakhs are there, and less than 15 years, while the number of medium and heavy vehicles with less than 15 years, it is 17 lakhs. So this is the figure where we are finding that this is the business today's latest figure, which I have taken from internet 3 days back. This light motor vehicles older than 20 years, it is 51 lakh. It is shown that car or LCV. Then LCV older than 15 years, this is 34 lakhs. And medium and heavy commercial vehicles more than 15 years, there are 17 lakhs. So this is also one of the challenge, because working on this is more challenging, because these are the highest polluters in any either express highways, either state highways, or within city limits. They are crossing goods trucks when they are bringing bringing some commodities or essential commodities and groceries and other fruits, vegetables, and all other. So they are the main culprit here. Heavy vehicle trucks. When I want to consider trucks, these are the most spewing this HC and NOx, because they are majority of working on diesel, and they are not maintaining that norms, condition monitoring. They are not doing properly, and majority of the accidents we are seeing because of these trucks. Of course, majority of the reason is driving habits. Drivers, either he might be in liquor state or because of less sleep or conditions problems, but technology is also one of the reasons for these accidents, because these vehicles, if these are old, are more than 15 years old, then their condition monitoring is not maintained, and wear and tear problem is there, then this results in accidents of this. That is the main challenge for automobile industry, these vehicles. Then those opting for the scheme will get scrap value, and this will get manufactured. I have covered this. Now, then bang for the buck. Now, scrap value at scrapping center, that is 4 to 6% of ex-showroom price of new vehicle. Then road tax debate up to 25% on personal vehicle and up to 15% on public vehicle or taxes, what we call. And registration fees waiver on new vehicles. This is there. And 5% manufacturer discount against scrapping certificate. Just you bring that one certificate and take that 5% discount. So of course, on this, government is working on this because this is the news reports in which, and this when it is coming, just like business today means it is repeated, means print media or electronic media. And when they are declaring these, means these are uncuts. And in confirmation from higher authorities, government authorities, then only they publish this data. Or this is working on these cards. Probably in this budget, you might be finding some more attractive measures from Government of India on this. Hence, they have written that ministry to issue advisory soon. Means, of course, this draft, this will be the draft scheme, and they will be coming in final shape after, because these also we have to take permission or approval from Parliament session. Now Parliament session is going on, and this will be okay. One fine morning you will be seeing this policy have been approved. Our tax measures have been approved by Government of India. Now this scheme aims to cut 25 to 30% vehicle pollution and ensure better preference. If we are using this, any 25% pollution we are reducing. Because major culprit is air pollution, then is coming our home pollution. But home pollution is not that much. Majority is vehicle pollution, because in city less trees are there, when vehicles are running, and everybody is having minimum one vehicle. Because we are in India, we are having less popular it is common vehicles or common facilities we should use. But in America and other developed countries, now they are working in which office goers, now even after COVID, now offices have started. Offline offices, now these employees are attending physically, they are in offices. Work from home is not there now at present, and they are using these common vehicles, means in which this bus is there, in which 20-30% as per capacity. They are all employees are accommodated in that, and they are carrying using common vehicle instead of using single car or any vehicle to individually. So this is new measures are there, and at least in private companies in US and other countries, they are encouraging this. As the old vehicles will vanish from the road, the service and manufacturing industry will get boosted with increase in demand for new vehicles. Now, crying need, that is 25 to 30% cut in vehicle pollution is the need of the time. Then we should have better fuel efficiency. We are finding at present, whichever we are using that, in which now ethanol, 10% ethanol is added in blended form nowadays. If you have visited, of course, you are visiting almost at least once in a week, you are visiting any petrol pump or filling the fuel, either petrol or diesel on the petrol pumps. But you might not have noticed that, and I'm requesting you, if those you have noticed, very good thing. If not, then you can notice that on these petrol pumps, there in blue color, it is written 10% ethanol is added. It is not adulteration. 10 years before, it was coming under the clause of adulteration. Now it is and Government of India is encouraging this. Keep blending, of course, started was 2% ethanol, ethanol, and ethanol. This is coming from this sugar molasses. This then initially, before introducing or blending this permission, it was starting was 10 years back, it was 2%. Then came 5%. Now 10% ethanol is added in all petrol vehicles, and this is written there. 10% means here we have seen that somewhat better fuel efficiency is coming. We blending of petrol and ethanol. Then safety features like airbags and ABS anti-braking system. Then airbags, it is compulsory nowadays. Even when Cyrus Mistry was dead 1 month back in Mumbai Express Highway, Government of Maharashtra have strictly made that keep these airbags compulsory. Then seat belt is also compulsory for all passengers, those who are sitting in cars, personal car. It is compulsory. Maharashtra has made this, considering that safety measures and airbags. And because of this, even we are survived because of these airbags. When in case of any mishap or any accident, these airbags get opened and we are safe in that. And anti-braking devices systems are there. Then boost to manufacture service sector for these electric vehicles. This is the crying need for all states to follow this and encourage this. Now, sir, we will be requiring any break, participants?
Yes,
For
sir.
5 minutes break. If
Sir,
you
sir,
require
yes.
5 minutes break, we can wait. Otherwise, I can continue.
Sir, a little bit, 5 minutes break, sir. We need a 5 minutes.
Yes, within 5 minutes, I will start.
Yeah, exactly.
We will
Sir.
be,
Oh,
yes.
thank you.
Okay, up till now, we are seeing that this crying need is 20 to 30% cut in vehicle pollution, better fuel efficiency, safety features, and boost to manufacture and service sector. Means we have to increase that facilities of manufacturing and providing service centers. Because now, just like in renewable energy, we require 1 lakh technicians for operating these solar panels. Because it is nascent technology in India. Technology is now successful, but for maintenance, operation and maintenance, manpower is not available. Same is happening here. Now, hence government is thinking on that we will be requiring this manpower, mechanics, then electricians, those who are capable of maintaining that electric vehicle battery maintenance and vehicle maintenance. So these will be required. The skills are required, of course, for that. So this is the new opportunity for engineers to work on that, or you can start service centers, entrepreneurship point of views. So that is there, because operation and maintenance of vehicles is also one of the challenge for this, and this is growing potential in this sector, electric vehicles. Now, government has set some deadlines to ensure the effects of scheme on ground can be seen as possible. Now, rules for fitness centers and scrap centers have been implemented from 1st October. Now, this scrapping of vehicles over 15 years will be done by April, means have done that. And from next April and this June 24, these heavy CVs and other critical vehicles will be mandatory tested from means 2023 April and June 2024. Now, even COP26 President and Niti Aayog have signed one MOU in which they have taken initiatives to boost the electric mobility and promote battery reuse and recycle market in India. And this is the news which I have taken from Press Information Bureau of Government of India. That is the news of 21st July, means 3-4 months back, in which on 21st and 22nd July, Niti Aayog announced 2 significant initiatives, that is e-Amrit, that is accelerated e-mobility revolution for India's transport. So this is the name of that, Amrit, e-Amrit, mobile application to raise awareness on electric mobility and the report on advanced chemistry cell battery reuse and recycling market in India. Because battery cost is 50% and weight is also nearly 50%. Not exact 50, but 40% weight is there, 50% cost on battery is there. And after its life, of course, this is having some life. And after that, 8 to 10 years life as per this make, because some are quite reputed manufacturers, some are just like we are seeing in India also some different commodity items or consumer items we are purchasing, in which we are seeing some are quite reliable, they are working, and by using we got exhausted, and after that we throw even though it is working, because we want some change. So here is also there, in which now, and of course this is the new topic or area for research and for consultancy also, how this battery reuse and recycling can be there in India, because this will be coming in quantum now. Good number of these batteries problems will be there, their maintenance, their reuse, recycling. It will be new opportunity for entrepreneurship point of view, say, for consultancy and for innovations. So in India, actually India is among 42 leaders to back and sign the UK's Glasgow Breakthrough And this COP26 climate summit, and it was at Glasgow, in which Honorable Prime Minister sir has visited there, and we have promised that we will be fulfilling these COP guidelines on pollution norms. The actually in the COP 196 country heads, they have participated there, and they have promised. America is taking lead, and always America is telling that they will reduce that COP emissions, but not coming to that mark. And hence the pressure comes on developed countries just like us. So hence anyhow, we have to see our own country problems, our own country's health also, because this we hope because of this air pollution, we have lost majority of the fatality of due to COVID was because of this reason of air pollution. Hence, Government of India is working on that. We should come to rescue to this and provide this clean air at least to some extent, whatever is possible. So government is working on that, and citizens are our means we, you and me are also equally responsible for fulfilling the dreams of our honorable PM sir and other government policies. So we should come and we should fulfill that, try to fulfill that with the help of our students, our expertise, our guidance. We can do that because even I have seen that key under NCC, because I was also in charge of NCC in my colleges 7 to 8 years, and we have implemented some quality measures in eradicating that means liquor addict, then drug diseases, then other side effects to of the rural people. We have taken some campaigns in rural people, water conservation, energy conservation, pollution, and we have successfully implemented that with the help of movement of these rural masses, rural people also. Just the need is to aware them, awaken them. This is for your benefit, for the country, for the environment, and they got convinced. So definitely, of course, the new technology is there. People are knowing less about its benefits or about its other aspects. So hence, we have to convince them. Even this low carbon infrastructure, Niti Aayog has been collaborating with UK government in the areas of vehicles, charging infrastructure, and battery storage. Now, India is fifth largest and fastest growing vehicle market in world, providing massive potential for electrical vehicle uptake. Now, the shift to zero emission vehicle is going on and creating this 1 lakh new e-mobility jobs. Just I was telling you, in solar energy also, we engineers, even technicians are very less for maintenance, operation and maintenance of renewable energy and solar panels. The same is here. We will be requiring this 1 lakh e-mobility jobs, driving down technology costs, ensuring the air we breathe in cleaner, and reduce our resilience on the imported fuel, because this is costing on economy also, because we are paying majority of our forex on this import of petrol and diesel, because we are having very meager amount of oil refineries in India, oil production, and after refinery importing from that through pipelines and through ships and other measures, but refining is also one of the challenge, and we are paying that forex to Gulf countries. Hence its dependence, and moreover, when the Gulf War was there, and they have even raised this cost of that, and even some sort of rationing was also there 10 years back. So hence at that time we were in a dilemma, how we can our vehicles will run, because all vehicles previously 10 years back, these vehicles were running on petrol and diesel. So this was also one of the problem, even during when this strike is there, and we are facing that problem, and on the petrol pumps we see lines of 200-300 meters queue on these petrol pumps if any problem occurs in that. Now, these initiatives demonstrate the sustained value of UK-India collaboration, not only on electric vehicles, but on taking action to tackle climate change as well, because we have promised ki COP26 ki we will be binding on that air pollution norms. This electrification of transport sector is the key driver for India's transformation mobility paradigm. Now, catalyzing this green transition will require multiple increase in public as well as private capital flows to build India green infrastructure. Now, despite the launch of EV initiatives, CEO of Niti Aayog highlighted that rapid development of EV ecosystem increased participation from industry, international collaboration, and collaboration means for technology transfer. And supportive government policies will bolster or encourage the India's EV production to grow exponentially over the next decade. Now, e-Amrit app, this is one app. It offers users key information like engagement tools that enable them to assess benefits of electric vehicles, determine savings, and get all information and developments in Indian vehicle market and industry at our fingertips. Just like we are having railway apps in which we are finding availability of trains, running of trains, and pair of trains. The same app is there for these electric vehicles. This mobile app, which will be available on Google Play Store in Android version, is followed up to eAmrit. That is the website. We can download that and we can utilize that. Now, this app can be accessed through this. This is the website where we can download that app. Now, report on advanced chemistry cell battery reuse and recycling market in India supported the UK's Green Growth Fund Technical Cooperation Facility, which is aimed at promoting battery recycling of current and evolving battery technologies and battery supply chain. Now, this report highlights the crucial role of energy storage in accomplishing India's COP26 goals. Now, these are some of these incentives by different state governments. Now, these are the mechanism because I have given this topic for incentive scheme, hence I am highlighting majority of that on that incentives and schemes of different governments. Now, in which these key mechanism for getting incentives are, that is purchase incentives, means direct discount provided to user on cost of electric vehicle, just like we have seen that 5% cost. Then coupons, financial incentives where the amount is reimbursed later after some time if it is there. Then interest subventions, means discount offered on interest rate while availing the loan, means minimum interest on EMI. Then road tax exemption, road tax at the time of purchase is waived off. Registration fees, it is one-time registration fees on new vehicle, that is waived off because I have told you we are paying that for 15 years, at least two-wheelers. Okay, now after that it will not, we are not paying any road tax. Here same benefit is given for that. Then registration fees exemption, one-time registration fee on new vehicle. Then income tax benefit is also given as deduction to next payable at individual to the government. Now this will be, of course, this will be coming in our personal income tax, but government is working on that. Those who are using this, of course, some incentives will be there, but this is provided at manufacturer sites and those who are service providers. Then scrapping incentives provided upon deregistering of old and diesel vehicles, and others incentives such as interest-free loans, top-up subsidies, special incentives on electric three-wheelers are also available because three-wheelers, those who are running these public vehicles, 99% three-wheelers are public vehicles, even 99.99%. Because these three-wheelers, they are just like taxis, not in metros, even in metros, Mumbai, we have seen Delhi, majority of these taxis are three-wheelers. In addition to cars, cars are very less number as compared to three-wheelers. In Mumbai, in suburban urban area, New Mumbai area, after Bandra, after Kurla, these three-wheelers are there. And these incentives are also provided by government. Then different national incentives are there in which FAME scheme is there. And this is, then different incentives in the schemes are, that is total approximate incentives, and this is the size of the battery, according to size of battery. For two-wheelers, it is 15,000 per kVh, up to 40% of the cost of vehicle is there. Then two-wheelers, it is 2 kVh. For this, it is exempted. Then for three-wheelers, it is 10,000 rupees per kVh, and for three-wheeler, it is battery size is 5 kVh. For four-wheelers, 10,000 rupees per kVh is there, and for these four-wheelers, this battery size is 15 kVh. And e-buses up to 20,000 rupees per kVh, and e-buses capacity is 250 kVh. Imagine, I was telling you, okay, with the help of this capacity, these e-buses, they are running in one stretch up to 500 kilometers without charging. After 500 kilometers, we to recharge. So now these buses are running in Bangalore and Mumbai route. And e-trucks, that is 20,000 per kVh is there, and same scheme is. Now, these are the different state government policies. Some of these states I will cover because now here is summary of the EV policies, that is from Andhra. This was approved in June 2018. Means since 4 years they are working on that. And they have targeted 1 lakh, 10 lakh vehicles, electrical vehicles on the road by next 2 years. And complete reimbursement of road tax and registration fees on sale of EV until up to 2 years, they will be encouraging this. Replace public transport buses in 4 cities to e-buses by 2024 and across the state by 2030. And establish 1 lakh slow and fast charging stations, because this is the main challenge. And here we will be finding that potential in that. Even our engineers, because government will be also coming, this criteria will be coming, those who are engineers, either chemical engineers, automobile engineers, or electrical engineers. So they will be license will be given, just like medical stores we are having, he should be pharmacist or D Pharm or B Pharm, then only pharmacy store or manufacturing can be given. Same will be coming to this new concept will be coming, considering some unemployment problems also and skill India also. Because just by providing this is not safe. It requires servicing also, not only sales. Hence, sales and service showrooms to this means a skilled person or diploma, degree engineers, definitely they will be benefited at some time. You will be finding that within 1 and 2 years, government will be working and they will be encouraging this. Then celebrate green days to celebrate awareness among public. Just like we are celebrating any national day specific on that. Same this e-vehicle day, green days, they are working on this Andhra Pradesh. Then Bihar. They have adopted in 2019, but final approval it is yet coming. But some of the incentives or measures they are using, that's implementing this. This prioritizes electrification of rickshaws and plans to convert all pedal rickshaws to e-rickshaws. Because in Bihar and UP we have seen that this manual rickshaw, that is actually national human rights have taken objection on that. This in Delhi also we have seen that previously these rickshaws were pulled by men, by pedal rickshaw. Now in Delhi it is totally scrapped, total banned. In Bihar it was there, and this will be replaced by e-rickshaws. Then provide subsidies for 12,000 rupees to the end user and additional incentives for 10,000 for lithium-ion battery e-rickshaw. Then promote the manufacturing to e-rickshaws, then set up fast charging stations at intervals of 50 kilometers on state and national highways. And charging stations at commercial and residential zones. Then Gujarat, of course, this is a final or some approval is there, but they are coming on with some more modifications, making more attractive policy. Because Gujarat is the lead state in India, where we are finding this is the role model state in India, where we can find the totally industry favor culture. The same government of Gujarat is working on that. In that they have aim 1 lakh vehicles on the road by this year, this within 15 days, which includes 80,000 two-wheelers, scooters, 14,000 three-wheelers, and 4500 cars and 1,500 buses. 100% exemption from registration and 50% exemption from motor vehicle tax. This is also one of the new scheme. And 100% exemption from electricity duty for EV charging stations. Because sorry, here we have find that in Maharashtra electricity boards, we are paying reliability charges 32 paisa per unit. In municipal corporation areas, we are having a total 16 regional revenue corporations in Maharashtra, and we all are paying, citizens of these corporation areas, municipal corporation areas, revenue areas, headquarter area, what we call that, or zonal area indirectly. In that 32 paisa per unit we are paying as the reliability charges to electricity authority, MECP, so that they are providing these 24 hours power. No any load shedding is there in these areas. For this we are paying 32 paisa reliability charge. The same government is working here, in which they are giving exemption from electricity duty. If you have seen your electricity bill, you go through your electricity bill after this lecture is over. When you are leisure time, you are free, and whenever you are paying your electricity bill monthly, every month we are paying, at least in Maharashtra we are paying every month, in which electricity duty is also there. 3 to 4 different sales are there, in which you might be finding this electricity duty. Here, this government is totally giving this exemption for these EV charging stations. Means they will not be paying any duty on this. Then provide additional state level subsidy to supplement the national level faster FAME scheme. Then state policy to match the number of charging stations allocated by Department of Heavy Industry as well as subsidy under FAME scheme. Then Himachal Pradesh still it is their final, it is there, but they are working on it. Some areas they are providing these incentives. Aims for 100% transition to EV by 2030. Encourage use of hybrid EVs by government entities and promote the creation of dedicated charging infrastructure, develop model for private players. Because now PPP model is also famous because government is having less means constraints of infrastructure and providing these funds for this, hence private, even some of the colleges, triple IT, we are finding Indian Institute of Information Technology, almost all colleges are working on this PPP model, public-private partnership model. And they are successfully working on this model, in which 50% contribution is by government, 50% by private player who are taking and governing that college. And they are successfully working on the lines of IIT and NITs. The same model is working there. Then Karnataka. This state aims to achieve 100% e-mobility in auto rickshaw, cab aggregation, corporate fleets, and school buses, vans by 2030. Local public bus transport will introduce 1,000 electric buses, provide incentives such as interest-free loan on the net estate goods and means their GST. And they are setting 112 EV stations in Bangalore, Kerala. This has approved. This was the lead country approving this. Telangana, AP, Andhra, and Kerala. They have taken lead in that. In the first place, they have implemented that. Aims to put 1 million vehicles on the road by 20 by this month and 6,000 buses in public transport by next 3 years. Incentives such as state tax breaks, road tax exemption, toll charge exemption. Nowadays, new concept is coming. Toll charges, they are providing just like a untold plaza, ambulance vehicles of MLS, MPs, ministers, or VIPs is exempted. Now this government is also working, Kerala and other state governments are working. They are providing this free toll, means no any charges, toll tax is there on this express highways. Then free permits for fleet drivers and free parking. Even at some places we are finding parking charges are there, parking 20-30 rupees per hour. So these are free for these e-vehicles. Then viability gap funding for e-buses and government fleets, privatize EV component manufacturing, then create e-mobility demonstration hubs in potential areas such as tourist villages, technology hubs, major cities, central business districts. Then MP, they also approved this in 3 years back. This rapid EV adoption and contribution to 25% of all new public transport by 2026, next 3 years, 4 years. Then shared e-rickshaws and electric auto rickshaws incentives, free cost of permits, no taxi permit because we have to pay that national permit. We have seen if you are traveling out of the state, then we have to take permit from RTO. If it is public vehicle or private, it is not there, but those transports, those who are carrying these goods and other services, they are taking, we have seen that national permit, NP and state permit. So for that, they are paying money for that. But here MP, they have relaxed that, or electric vehicles, pre-cost of permits. Exemption reimbursement from road tax vehicle registration fees for 5 years. And 100% waiver on parking charges and municipal corporation and parking facilities for 5 years. Some cities will stop registering new IC engines, autos. Now they will be coming on that. They will not allow our entry of these IC or this internal combustion engines. They will be banned. You might be seeing one news item in from these state capitals. At least I am optimistic from state capitals. You will be seeing one news in one morning. All these means public place, public transport vehicles, not private, but after some time this will also be there. These they will not be allowed within city limits, or if it is allowed, they will not be given for parking or any, or you might be unhidden. Some problems can be from transport authorities, RTO authorities, traffic authorities. You will be means worked somewhat harsh treatment as compared to e-vehicle. Then ensure safe, reliable, affordable charging infrastructure and promote renewable energy use in charging infrastructure. Even now, MP, they are encouraging in that those charging stations, they are, if you are manufacturing that through solar energy or wind energy or renewable energy, then they are also providing some incentives to that. Means this is also new concept here. Key charging infrastructure, renewable energy uses is encouraged here. Then Maharashtra, 4 years back, implemented, approved in February 2018, 4 years back. Increase the number of registered vehicles to 5 lakhs over the policy period, generate investment of 25,000 crores. And exempt EV from road tax and registration fees over 5 years. Enable fuel stations to set up charging points through governing regulations. Support for charging infrastructure by planning authorities and electricity supply agencies. Town planning, even I was telling you, town planning and state corporations, municipal corporations. To just like we are having this, if you are making new building, either commercial or residential, then renewable energy utilization and rainwater harvesting, it is compulsory. Then only NOC will be given for construction. The same is here. Okay, support for charging infrastructure by planning out and electricity supply agency. Incentives for micro, small, and medium enterprises and large manufacturing units, and modifies building property rules to help establish robust public charging infrastructure. Then New Delhi, they were approved in August 2020. This accounts for 25% of total new vehicle registration by next 2 years. Aims to have at least 50% e-rickshaw, e-buses, or new stage carriage buses procured per city. Because now government, they are thinking all new purchasing will be e-buses for public. In Mumbai, I have seen these best buses, they are all these electric vehicle buses, they have written 100% pollution free. And all these buses are air conditioned buses. And charge of that is not more. I have traveled from Churchgate to VT station just paying only 6 rupees in AC bus. Distance is 2 kilometers. Same is for non-AC bus also, fleet charge, bus charge. Because I was not getting any taxi and possibly I have to take that, board that bus because I have to board my train. My train was at 7:50 and at 7:25 I was at Churchgate, and for 10 minutes I was waiting for taxi. No taxi came because this was very less distance, and they are not this is the new problem in taxi in Mumbai. If it is very short distance, then taxis drivers are not able to carry you. Then we have to use this public vehicle. But from Churchgate to VT, no train is there. Then I sit in that bus, 100% pollution free. That e-bus, all full bus was AC, and when I paid, he is taken only 6 rupees. I was surprised how very less amount they are charging. So he said, "Sir, I am taking only 6. That is." I was advising whether you are taking wrong fare. No, sir, this is 6 rupees is minimum and we are maintaining that. So this is also policy measures for state governments. Then purchase incentive of 10,000 per kWh of battery capacity. Then purchase incentive of 5,000 per kWh of battery for 2-wheelers. And incentive for scrapping and deregistering. Then purchase incentive of 30,000 to owners of e-rickshaw, e-cards in Delhi. Now Punjab, of course, it is written awaiting approval, but some of these measures they are implementing. Some minor corrections are there, hence they have not declared that full policy, but majority of their whatever state, 4-5 states, they are working on that, and some of the measures they are implementing at present also. But they want to come in more attractive and more popular form, hence they are working on that. This Punjab aims to have 25% annual registrations and aims to increase the share of 2-wheelers to reach 25% of new sales and replace 25% of bus fleet and transport department with e-buses. At present, there are, you see imaging, 90% of bus runs on diesel in Punjab, and they want to cut up to 25%, mean nearly 65% reduction in buses they are planning in that, and aims to increase the share of e-taxis to reach 25% of new sales. And private EVs will be given 100% waiver on motor vehicles for 5 years. Tamil Nadu. Electrify 5% of buses every year up to 2030 and convert all auto rickshaws in 6 major cities of Tamil Nadu to EV within a span of 10 years. establish venture capital and business incubation centers, because this is entrepreneurship point of view. These incubation centers are there, just like in IT, we are living in IT. All IT incubation centers are there. The same Tamil Nadu is implementing here. Reskilling allowance for employees working with EV manufacturing. I was telling you, there is the potential for skilled manpower here. Tamil Nadu is taking that lead here. Reskilling allowance for employees working with EV manufacturing units. EV related charging infrastructure manufacturing units will receive 100% exemption on electricity tax through 2025. Telangana, they were approved. Of course, some of part was in AP at the time. Then aims to have EV sales by 2025 to achieve 80%. And there's 2 to 3 vehicles and 70% commercial vehicles, just like ride hailing companies, Ola and Uber. These are the most popular public transport in Telangana and Andhra. Even in Mumbai and Delhi, it is not that much popular, but I have visited Hyderabad majority of times and I've seen that Ola and Uber, they are working on that public transport. Just apps are there and you book there and location is traced in our app. Up to what distance it is there and message goes there in Ola and Uber. So they are working on that. And 40% buses, 30% private cars and 15% electrification of all vehicles. Create jobs for 20,000 workers by next 3 years in shared mobility, charging infrastructure development and EV manufacturing. And attractive investment worth $3 billion and support for charging infrastructure is working on that. Then Uttarakhand, they have approved this policy in 2018, aims for 100% electrification and exempt for first 1 lakh electric vehicle buyers from motor vehicle tax. Then fiscal incentive for EV production from employee provident fund reimbursement. Even their new concept in almost different states I am finding one by one new concept. Every state is making some novel initiatives and they are different from other states. Here it is new concept is coming, employee provident fund reimbursement is there. Then manufacturing focus policy and incentives for manufacture of lithium batteries with high mileage. Then UP. Now UP is progressing quite well as compared to previous UP days. Now UP is the leading state in country because of their honorable CM, quite dynamic person, and he is leading that. Then UP, this approved 2019 and rolled out 10 lakh vehicles combined across the segment and launched 1,000 electric buses and achieved 70% of EV transportation. And phase out conventional commercial fleets and logistic vehicles, achieve 50% EV mobility in good transport. And a single window scheme in place for approvals. And this is the most popular in Gujarat and UP, single window scheme. In Maharashtra also it is there. Majority of states, they are now working on this. Because of this Babu Raj, Inspector Raj is now deleted or scrapped with that. And with a single window, industrialization is, the industrialists are attracted to Gujarat, UP, Maharashtra. These are role models for industrialists in single window scheme. Then encourage new apartments, high-rise buildings, technology park to make provision for EV charging infrastructure. So even we are finding some places of parking in these high-rise buildings, residential buildings, or these D-marts or big buildings, commercial buildings, and these parking places, they can be used that as the EV infrastructure, charging infrastructure. They are giving some incentives on that. Aims to a research development hub for EVs. Now the new concept I am coming here, this new R&D hub for EVs by focusing next generation of battery management system from production to disposal. They are working on that. You might be finding in almost all states one unique feature is coming in, and that is not common to other. They are working on that. Hence, some of the states, they are not declared that much, but they are working on that new models, and here work with universities and colleges to promote more research and development in e-mobility. The UP is taking leads. Now, to this India's manufacturing capabilities and enhancing export, that is Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India concept. The government of India has taken that production link incentives in 10 key sectors for enhancing India's manufacturing capabilities and exports, that is through Atmanirbhar Bharat, in which these are the 10 different sectors. and these are implementing ministry or department, and for that this approval is there, means a financial outlay is there, in which we are finding that is key factor here, advanced chemistry cell battery. Niti Aayog and Department of Heavy Industry, they are working on that, and they have made here, we are finding the largest budget provision, 18,100 crore rupees. Then these different products are there. And total budget, it is of 10 sectors. It is 1,45,980 crores rupees is budget provision is there for 5-year period. And here we are finding means nearly more than 10%, 12-13% is on advanced chemistry cell battery. Here we can see the potential of this EV vehicles infrastructure or the technology where Niti Aayog and government of this Department of Heavy Industries, they are working on this. Nearly 14 to 15% they have made budget provision for this. Remaining are also there, but majority of the budget provision is on this advanced chemistry cell battery, which is used for these electric vehicles. So the government is pushing deployment of EV charging stations by providing capital subsidy through FAST and FAME and India scheme phase 2. And even this, we will be seeing sufficient availability of public charging stations for EV owners. Same, just like we are having public fuel charging or petrol pumps, same, this will be coming more, means just like Reliance and SR and other. In Maharashtra also, SR petrol pumps are there, Reliance petrol pumps are there in Shirdi side, Western Maharashtra side. The same will be coming in this public charging stations. Those who want to enter in entrepreneurship or incubation, they can think about this, and there will be government incentives will be there. Just like government is providing subsidy to graduate engineers, the same here will be getting more subsidies, more incentives from government side. Then there are different specifications for charging infrastructure as per guidelines issued by Ministry of Power, in which this is charger, that is fast. Here this is connector, then rated outputs, number of connector guns, and EV type, that is for fast. It is coming 4-wheeler, and for slow and moderate charging means there are 2 types, in which that is for this slow and moderate is for 4-wheeler, 3-wheeler, and that is connectors are 1, 2, and 3. So these are the charging specifications, infrastructure specifications. To any fast moderate or slow motor as approved by Department of Science standards. These are means approved by this Bureau of BIS and DST. And type 2 AC is capable of charging electric 2-wheelers with provision of an adapter. Now, world scenario here, sir. How much time we are having? Up to what time I have to continue?
Sir, 10 minutes, sir. Up to 10 minutes. 9-10. And then after that, we have interactive sections, sir.
Okay. No, why I am asking, because I am having more 50-60 slides, and so that I can concentrate on that.
Yeah, no need, sir. If possible, just go ahead. Or otherwise, we have interactive sections, sir.
Okay. And whenever our participants get key, now they are fully charged. And fully charged means they are now overflowing, and means fatigue or some, they will be, because that also depends upon the capacity of the learner also. Whenever they get fully and they want ki, sir, now this is okay, this time is now full and for discussion, then you just give me hint and I will close at that time.
No problem, sir. We'll make a interactive.
Yes, I have to consider the interest of my learner also, because I am totally dependent on them. It should not be one way. I am telling and they are accepting, because my participants are quite good students, good learners. They are respecting the teachers, and but I should also consider their feelings also.
Exactly, sir. Exactly.
Whenever they will be finding, sir, this is okay, and they want some discussion, then at the time I will stop. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, this is the scenario of world level main policy of EV adoption to date. So this electric light duty vehicles and underpinned vehicles, and US, they have made, it was implemented in 90s in Norway. And in US 2008 and China in 2014. You imagine in India, we are just 2-3 years back, 4 years back, we have started after 2018. FAME was 2015. Means starting of this electrical vehicle was 2015. And imagine this Norway, they have implemented 1990s, US 2008, and China just 8 years back. And now China is the world leader in charging electric battery technology, electrical vehicle technology. They are working, and majority of the patents are filed by China on this. So they are taking that much lead. This now I will be coming. Now governments have provided support for EV charging infrastructure through measures such as direct investment to install publicly accessible chargers or incentives for owners and efforts by cities. And now I am going to that some cities that the broader and more ambitious policies to accelerate that. This include this European Union's CO2 emission regulation for cars and vans, China's new energy vehicles mandate, and California's zero emission vehicles. So these are the some of the names of that particular scheme or this campaign in which they have implemented. European Union, they have worked on CO2 emissions regulation for cars and vans. China's new energy vehicles, then California zero emission vehicle. India, we are having electrical vehicles or zero pollution vehicles. So these can be done via differentiated taxation of vehicles and fuels. And then more than 120 countries in which 85% of the global road vehicle fleet, excluding 2-3 vehicles, have announced economy-wide net zero emissions pledges that aim to reach the net zero in coming few decades. Because four-wheelers are the heavy duty vehicles. They are the main culprit of air pollution, and hence all governments all throughout world, they have worked on that. Four-wheelers and above, heavy vehicles, what we call that, trucks and above, in which that air pollution and CO2 emissions, and medium and high duty vehicles represent 5% of all four vehicles, and their emissions are here. We are finding that 30% of CO2 pollution is just because of this 5%. This population or this contribution of these four-wheelers are only 5% and contributing 30% of CO2 emissions. So this in California, the country was the first to propose the zero vehicle cells requirement for heavy duty trucks and advanced clean truck regulation. It is they are working on that from next 2 years. Just we can imagine next year, because after 15 days 2023 will be coming, means nearly 12-13 months they will be coming this on advanced clean truck regulation. Netherlands and number of other countries are implementing zero emission commercial vehicle zones and pioneering deployment efforts. And even China has taken the lead with a ban of IC engine versions of two-wheelers in number of cities. I was telling you, in India, you might be finding, or in metros, at least in metros, these vehicles working means running on petrol and diesel, not two-wheelers are only on petrol. So they will be banned in metros. At least we can imagine in metros, you will be seeing only electrical vehicles will be permitted. And the highlight of this electrical vehicle is you are getting the number plate with green color. Means traffic police and police authority will see if your vehicle is either green or electric vehicle or other vehicle. Even same we have seen in two-wheelers or four-wheelers now. Since 4 years back, these all vehicles are having their means head bulb light. They are working on whenever we start our vehicle, it is working. Means this traffic authority knows this is the latest 4 to 5 years old vehicle, and he is not chalaning you indirectly. I am telling the hidden benefit of this new vehicle. I have seen that whenever I am driving that vehicle, and the headlamp is always working. Hence, traffic authority seems that this is 4 to 5 years old vehicle, hence no need of PUC or any license or any checking of insurance or any road taxes, because they are knowing that this we have paid for 15 years. So this is the hidden benefit for two-wheelers. So here China has taken lead they have banned in majority of cities. Of course, this will be metro cities. So they have banned these internal combustion engines are just like petrol vehicles, two-wheelers. So here this net zero emissions pledges by different countries is there. Here we are finding that Norway has taken lead in which they work on zero emission in next 2 years. And here by 2030, that is Denmark, Iceland, Ireland, Israel, Netherlands, Scotland, Singapore, Slovenia, Sweden, and UK. By 2035, that we are Cabo Verde, China, Japan, and United Kingdom, and France, Canada, Portugal, Spain, and Sri Lanka. 2045, you know, because some of the countries they find actually here I am telling you, I was just going downside, but on above x-axis I am saying that is IC engine bans on electrification targets. They have made on this upper side, this in this question Germany, and here lower side that is net zero emission pledges, and here this 2045 Sweden, and by 2050 that Canada, Chile, European Union, Fiji, Korea, New Zealand, Norway, and UK. So here these are these colors, 4 colors are there. In which slight pink, ekdam light pink color is 100% electrical vehicles. This is just like China, Japan, UK. And this yellow color, this is this Norway, and somewhat dark pink color, that is 100% zero vehicle, that is Sri Lanka. And slight blue, ekdam very light blue, that is our steel gray color, that is net zero pledge. And here these are these countries below x-axis. These are these different countries pledges are working targets on that. Then policies affecting electric light duty vehicle market, in which different countries they have made that they were electric cars broke all records. I was telling you during this is the new research area, or you can have new thought on that. Despite the COVID pandemic, electrical vehicles have grown upwards, and they were up over 40% as compared to last year. Means during COVID pandemic, this is the booming sector, automobile electric vehicle market. Remaining whole economy was disturbed, but this have gained 40% rise. This is particular interval sales of all cars concentrated in 16% in that, and existing studies bolstered electric market in the first half. Here in Germany and France, purchase incentives increase in early 2020, and in Europe 55% higher electric car sales were there as compared to last year's. Means during COVID period, Europe has also seen that. In rest of world, electrical sales were hurt by economic crisis in 2019, but because of this some stimulus measures, they have somewhat come out of that. Then Germany did not provide any subsidy to conventional cars. They are not providing to conventional cars, but to EV they are providing that. Then some countries figure I'm telling you. This is the current zero emission light duty vehicle policies and incentives in some select countries. So here we are finding that is France, then Germany, Italy, and China. These are the leading countries, and here I'm telling you this navy blue color is additional subsidy, and no color means it is in January. So here this dark navy blue color, this is the additional subsidy in 2020, and only direct purchase subsidies are included in China. These subsidies have been reduced now because they have come whatever target they have planned and it is achieved, hence they have stopped that additional subsidies. Now these are some of these different regulation parameters and incentives. If we are regulation vehicles are there, then zero emission vehicle mandate is there, then British Columbia, and new energy vehicle dual credit system. These are the tables in which data is there. The US adopted the final rule to reduce the annual stringency conditions for next 5 years up to 2026. They have made that. And these are the, in this table data is there, in which now strong policies underpin major electric market, in which China, we go one by one. One or two measures I will cover here. Remaining are in PPT, you can take that. Now, this program drove EV technology over time, favored models with longer driving ranges, better fuel efficiency, and high density batteries. So in early 2021, fuel consumption limits for passenger heavy duty were at 4.0 liters per 100 kilometers. This is set by 2025. And so these some cities in China is access restrictions in second quarter to encourage all types of car sales. Now this new energy automobile industry plan 2021 to 2035, this targets 20% of vehicle sales to zero emission. China Society for Automobile Engineers set the goal of over 50% by 2035. And these goals in the context of China's announcing economy-wide carbon neutrality before 2006. We hope carbon neutrality by 2070. China has made this carbon neutrality by 2060, means zero carbon from all sources. In European Union, they have made that EU Green Deal 8 and subsequent next generation EU and recovery plan. So this EU sustainable and smart mobility strategy, they have increased this transport with ambitious zero emission vehicles. This includes CO2 emissions standards for cars and vans, alternative fuel infrastructure directive, European Energy Performance of Building Directive, then battery directive of 2006, which is complemented by proposed battery regulation announced in 2020 and Euro pollution emissions standards, in which they have said that pollution. This means this will be target of this corporate fleet average tailpipe emissions are targeted to go below 95 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer. So this they have made that. Then US. Under this corporate average fuel economy standards are revised and rebranded as this, that is safe, that is safer, affordable, fuel efficient vehicle standard with significantly weaker energy efficiency targets. And this in 2020, federal tax credit up to $7,500 for the purchase of electrical was still available, with the exception of General Motors and Tesla. These are the key players or manufacturers, General Motors and Tesla. Tesla is in US, this is most popular and leader in US. But one leader is China, CAT area. I will be showing that figures. This in US, low carbon fuel standards are set there. And in India, we have seen that even Bharat stage 6 now, BS6 standards, they have been targeted. And we too means majority of our vehicles, which previously means nearly 50% of our vehicle will to stop running on these roads because they are not from BS4 to BS6. This is there. So strict norms are there for Bharat. This BS6 norms, very strict measures are there. These OEMs have indicated they are facing loss due to slumps in auto sales, and this FAME is the main rescue for that. Hence, it has allocated $1.4 billion over 3 years from 2012 means 2022. Now they will be extending. Government is also working on that, and they are now extending. Now, government, Delhi Chief Minister, they have announced that Switch Delhi awareness to highlight ambitious EV policy. Even we are finding that Kolkata, Pune, Nagpur, and Bangalore are working to their fleets and 50% of all new vehicles to be electric vehicles. In Japan declared the intention of carbon neutral by 2050. Means these are developed countries. Japan 2050, China 2060, India 2070. target of carbon neutral. So Japan is advanced stage 20 years ago, considering that carbon neutral concept. To this Ministry of Economic Trade and Industry METI released this green growth strategy with action plans for 14 sectors. And this they have made that this METI announced Japan aims to have all new passenger cars electrified, all that. To revisit fuel efficiency regulations, public procurement of EV, expansion of charging infrastructure. Then Japan was even here we are finding electric vehicle sales rise as compared to 2020 in 2021 35% increase was there in Japan electric vehicles. Then Canada is working on this zero emission vehicle incentives, and this targets up 10% of low duty vehicle sales LDV. And this Quebec, that is name of that organization, supports faster adoption and is aligned with mandates in California and other states. This British Columbia also has zero emission mandate. Then Chile, they have made that national electro mobility strategies there, in which 40% electricals in private stock by 2050. New Zealand, they are also working on this net zero emissions, and they have made some legislation also. This draft advice package was declared. Now, government's rollout plans for interconnected charging infrastructure. Now, majority of this year also. In Europe, the Alternative Fuel Infrastructure Directive is the main measure guiding the rollout of public accessible charging stations. This European Union Green Deal, they have made that.
Sir,
Yes.
shall we move to interactions questionnaire section?
Okay, now I will come to just last slide where we can see who is world leader in this market, and after that I will wind up, and from that your part will open that.
Okay, sir.
Last 1 minute. Here, this is the market share of top EV two-wheeler products producers. So this is case of India, in which Hero Electric is 36, Okinawa Autotech 17, Ampere, to Bajaj and TVS and others. Now I will be going to world leaders in car market. So these are the Asian powerhouses of battery production. This electric battery manufacturer. So this CATL, this is China. This is the country where we are finding. This is the rank, means market leader as per their position. This is the name of company. This is the market share, how much contribution they are having and which country it is. Here we are finding China, 5 companies out of 10, 5 companies are of China, means 50% companies are of China in electric market. Japan 3, Korea 2, and rest of world is only 6.1%. You see here the CATL, that is the market leader, 32.5% of the market share. Another LG, means here we are finding that is of course Asian powerhouses. Now this is the contemporary Amperex technology company of China. And this has risen in less than 10 years to become the biggest global battery group. So this is there. These are the electric vehicle manufacturers in which this 32.5 CATL and low energy, then Panasonic. These are the names of companies. So this is global EV market battery usage, different percentage, and by manufacturer. US and Europe plans for battery production. Here we are finding CATL is the 32.6%. China is taking lead here. I will not go in that because we are having less time. Now, here the factors affecting this working, that is travel range, charge capacity, safety ratings, efficiency, performance, aesthetics, and affordability. Aesthetics is also playing here. Then future of electric vehicles. We can expect new electric vehicles to enter the market, building on the innovations made by Tesla and other well-known manufacturers like BYD, BEC, Nissan, BMW, and Volkswagen. BMW is quite popular in India because Sachin Tendulkar is having BMW car of 70 lakh. And when one BMW car dashed one person in Delhi, and this became the breaking news of all TV news channels in Delhi last year. If any other vehicle has thrashed to any person or any two-wheeler, no any breaking news was there, or no issue of any news coverage. But since it was BMW, why BMW? Because this is the minimum 70 lakh car. And hence this BMW and Volkswagen, that is most popular there. So they are working on this. So these industries to watch an innovation that is racing, this will be the criteria in which competition in EV will be there. First will be racing, just like we are having Formula 1 cars. Then motorcycles, then electric semi-trucks. These are Nikola, Rivian, Tesla, Demo, Volvo. These Volvo and other, these are the market leaders here. Then boating, airplanes, electric planes are now coming. Then recent developments are here. That is, of course, that is in battery size. Majority of these now developments are in how we can make that efficient batteries and lighter weight as compared to that. Main 50% of the weight is battery, and if we come to reduce the weight of the battery, means we indirectly we are increasing the mileage. That is the direct proportion. So these are developments are going on. These are the market trends. This Ministry of Higher and Public Enterprise, they have issued that. One more scheme is there in which this announced that all states in India to allow register pre-fitted batteries, in which now this is these schemes. So this is the electric battery, what we are seeing, in which this is the main heart of the vehicle, electric vehicle. So these are different types. Just in introduction, I have told you, but these are the most popular, that is plug-in vehicles, most popular. Now from my side, okay, now from your side, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, sir. A nice presentation, and the participants get full awareness about the policies, government policies, and incentives, especially incentives in which areas, and research area. What you mentioned in this presentation, the scrapping of EV, that is a very important. I think this will ignite our participants towards the scrapping area. This is a important research area, as you mentioned in this presentation. Thank you very much. And participants, you may ask your questions. Any questions, participants?
Or any suggestions or any sharing of additional information which I have not covered, welcome.
Whatever it may be, participants, just share your views and thoughts, whatever it may be, and ask any questions related to this presentation, today's presentation. Yes.
So good evening, sir. This is Venkatesh from Chennai. My sincere data and whatever presentation you given is excellent. We have got the overall picture of the scenario. But what I feel personally is India is not power-rich country. Electricity as such is not because still many parts of our nation is in need of electricity. So in parallel to the development of electric vehicles, we have to see the environmental friendly production of electricity, because now power is coming basically from thermal power plants and atomic power plants. When we increase the production, definitely it will indirectly cause again pollution. So in addition to the current encouragement for the electric vehicle production and all, we need to have a parallel attention on the production of power, electricity. That's what I feel, because when there's exponential increase in the electric vehicles, there is a need for power also. I think governments and other institutions will take measures in this area also. Thank you, sir.
Actually, sir, in renewable energy, lots of innovations are going on from government also. Here, I have not covered that aspects because my topic I was assigned as the vehicles, electric vehicles. Hence, I have concentrated only on this. Otherwise, in electricity also developments are going in wind energy, renewable energy.
Yeah, ultimately that should come, because we need to go for non-conventional energy production.
Yes, it is going on, sir. New means renewable and this wind energy. So developments are going on in India also. The government is also working on that, because government has placed that COP26. We have placed we will be reducing this air pollution.
Good, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your suggestion and discussion. More means at least this one thing is proved ki you are awakening there.
Sir, and as far as my point of view, normally the EV vehicles are higher cost than compared with the conventional vehicles,
Yes, sir.
fossil fuel vehicles. So the subsidy may be bring our EV to upper hand right now. Any possible for subsidy, sir?
Sir, here actually the cost of electrical vehicle as compared to IC engine is nearly 15 to 20% more.
Yeah, exactly.
Initial cost, yes, I have seen. But of course, government is not giving that much incentives. Means if we are purchasing that, then we are paying hardly 5 to 7% more as compared to this petrol in petrol two-wheeler. I'm giving the example of two-wheelers.
When they are giving some subsidy,
yes, of course, that subsidy amount is not that much means marginal amount. But considering the cost, and since the government is also having some constant of budget allocations, because since this is the nascent technology, and in which we are finding these the key player of the battery technology or electric vehicle market is dominated by China. And they are not coming to compromise on this, because other things, toys and other technology, they are means spoiling Indian economy. Here they are not entering and offering that their vehicles or batteries at lower cost. Because what is here, this market politics is there, in which skim the milk policy is there. Unless and until you are a market leader, you capture whatever share you want to capture, that gain that. When full competition will be there, they will be coming to lowest cost. That is the hidden market means secret of these market leaders. Because when technology is new and that in limited hands, so hence this all players, what the oligopoly is there, in which all these 4 to 5 players, they will be taking that whole whatever skimming the milk in marketing, that is their marketing management, skimming the milk policy. Whatever we can take for this malai from this or skim from milk, we can take that. After that, when competition will be there, we have to at the cutthroat competition. Means at a break-even point, they will be coming at that stage. That will be after 3 to 4 years. When more players will be there, new technology will develop at a local level. Otherwise, we have to pay that, because whatever new technology is there, every market leader, they have taken that profit. Initial, whatever they have earned the profit, they have taken. After, whenever it is on economic scale or commercial stage and more competitors are there, then they are coming to competitive price. Otherwise, they will be taking that monopoly price. So it is the secret of that means business or industries. And it is a fact also, because R&D is going on that, a huge expenditure they are paying for that.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your information, sir.
Yes.
And once again, I thank you on behalf of my department, my college, Vivekananda College of Engineering for Women, and on behalf of our participants and my own behalf of myself, I wholeheartedly thanks for your presentation. Even though in the winter season, in this season, you may get some struggle during the throat infection, due to the throat infection. I think so. Thank you so much for your
I
presentation.
should, sir, I should thank you first for providing me this platform for interaction with this participant. Plus, I should thank participants, those who have listened me, accommodated me, and taken whatever points I have discussed, and they have accepted. To, of course, we have taken 5 to 7 minutes break. Sorry for that, because I'm knowing that teaching in classroom and teaching online means we have covered these. If I have taken this in classroom, then I have taken 4 hours. Because I had a PPT and face-to-face discussion is there, then it is
Exactly.
twice. And in online, it is means 50% means our efficiency is increased, means more number of pages or PPTs I have covered. And we should
Yes, sir. Yes,
thank,
sir.
and we should thank, because almost all participants are teachers, and a teacher can give lecture up to 6 hours. But if you tell them ki you sit for 1 hour and concentrate on 1 hour, that is difficult task for teacher. And
Yes,
all they
sir.
have accepted for 2.5 hours and accommodated me. We should thank to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Yes.
so much, sir. Thank
Yes.
you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Okay.
Thank you, participants. Tomorrow we will meet new session. Tomorrow, Uma Maheshwari going to discuss about the EMI problems in electric vehicles. That is the topic of tomorrow's session. The Uma Maheshwari who is working in CTS. Okay. So thank you, participants. Thank you. Thank you so much for your participation. Thank you.